The Cysylltu Natur project is part of the Nature Networks Fund programme. So it's funded by Welsh Government and delivered through the Heritage Fund. And we've been working across North Pembrokeshire, building resilient networks of habitat to increase the connectivity of special sites around the north of the county. We're in a really fortunate position in the National Park because we've been working alongside farmers and graziers for decades, since the 1980s. So we've got really special long-term relationships that are built up with many, many different people. And because of this, we know the people, and we also know what amazing habitats that they have on their farms and on their land.
My name is Matt Tebbett, and I coordinate a project called Stitch in Time, which is delivered by the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park Authority. We focus our work on invasive plants, mainly Himalayan balsam. We work with landowners and we work with volunteers. We work with what's called the catchment approach. So we start from right at the top of the catchment on the streams and the tributaries where Himalayan balsam is, and we work down controlling the plant to the main river.
Mae'r gwirfoddolwyr eu hunain yn cael lot mas o'r gwaith hyn. Maen nhw'n cael dod i llefydd le bydden nhw ddim yn gallu mynd i ar wahân i ni. Maen nhw'n dysgu tipyn o beth yw'r gwaith i ni'n neud. Maen nhw wedyn yn gallu trosglwyddo'r gwybodaeth na i pobl eraill. A maen nhw gyd yn gweud maen nhw'n mwynhau dod mas gyda ni. Maen nhw'n mwynhau cwmni gili, maen nhw'n mwynhau'r gwaith corfforol. A o'n safbwynt ni, mae beth maen nhw'n rhoi mewn i'r prosiect yma yn gwerth y byd i gyd, achos gallwn ni ddim wneud e gyd trwy defnyddio contractwyr allanol. Felly dwi'n hoff iawn o gweithio gyda nhw a maen nhw'n cyfrannu lot i gwaith y parc.
We've had a team of volunteers out monitoring choughs throughout the year, especially in the spring and summer. What they need to do is to work out exactly where choughs are nesting and how many are nesting, and then they determine whether they've laid eggs, whether those eggs have hatched, and then finally they need to count the number of chicks that have come out of the nest. So this builds up a picture of how successful the breeding is and how many young are raised every year. It's a huge piece of work for the volunteers. We reckon that once you add up all the survey hours and the data analysis and report writing, it's about 72 days worth of voluntary work every year to do the surveys and write the reports. And it means we've got a really thorough data set that people are looking at from all over the UK, because the chough population in Pembrokeshire is actually doing quite well, whereas they're not doing nearly so well elsewhere. We've got a brilliant new dormouse survey group in the county who've been getting new records of dormice for us by using footprint tunnels. So these are just sections of plastic downpipe, and the dormice go running through, and you stick a piece of card inside with a messy mixture of charcoal powder and olive oil at each end. The dormice just run through just exploring, and so they get messy feet on the way and leave a lovely trail of footprints, which are absolutely characteristic of dormice. They're these tiny little triangles looking like miniature slices of pizza, and nothing else leaves footprints like it. So you know for definite that you've got dormice on a site when you get these footprints. So they've had a really good success rate with these tunnels, and we've now got some records of dormice in areas where we didn't have them previously. So another part of the Cysylltu Natur project is to protect some bat hibernation sites. In North Pembrokeshire, we've got a really thriving population of greater horseshoe bats. There's a maternity roost not far from here, which I remember in 2000 was first discovered and had 50 greater horseshoe bats in. It's now got 992. So this is one of those sites. It's a beautiful cave. It's right by the footpath, so it looks really inviting. So people just want to wander in and just go exploring. But the trouble is that when bats are hibernating, just simply going in, even for a few seconds, will wake them up. And then they use up their fat reserves, and they can't then replenish those fat reserves until spring comes. The other wonderful aspect of this project is involving volunteers, because again we've got many groups of volunteers who we've been working with for a long time, and it means that where we've got an awkward specialist job, something that's a bit fiddly, something that needs a lot of care and attention, we've got willing volunteers who just love to get involved. So they've been doing the practical delivery of a lot of the work, and they've been doing some incredible survey work as well. They have professional level skills, but they'll do work for nothing because they can see the long-term benefits to doing the surveys, giving us the data, and then seeing sites brought back into the right management for the species that they're passionate about. So really this project has just brought a lot of different elements together, and it's worked incredibly well because people work together so well. They're all happy to muck in and do what they can. And we've already seen some great results, and I know we're going to carry on seeing more results in years to come as we see the condition of sites improving over the years.